After King Asterion of Crete died, his sons Minos, Sarpedon, and Radamanto competed for the throne, facing each other to determine who would be the successor. After the funeral rite, Minos proclaimed himself king, arrogating to himself the crown. However, his two brothers did not accept the ambitious decision of their youngest son. Thus, they confronted him about the leadership. Minos, noticing the resistance of his brothers, claimed that the gods had granted him dominion and that, as a sign of this, they would grant him any wish. Faced with such claims, his brothers challenged him to prove his divine relationship, questioning the integrity of his words. The bold Minos accepted the challenge, even though he knew that his words were unfounded. To this end, he decided to build a temple in honor of Poseidon, the god of the sea, hoping that it would back him up in his confrontation with his brothers and show that he was destined to lead. Once the majestic temple was finished, Minos, full of anxiety, begged Poseidon to show him a bull rising from the waves, the most imposing and beautiful in the world, promising to sacrifice it in his honor if the wish materialized. Poseidon, moved by the request, agreed, hoping to receive the promised offering. Minos, moved by the god's response, went to his brothers to show his divine support. Upon meeting them, he noticed their anger, as he had proclaimed his leadership throughout Crete. Enraged, the brothers rebuked him, but Minos, with cunning, led them to the coast, where he had already gathered crowds. There, before everyone's eyes, the unimaginable happened. Minos, facing the ocean, raised his hands, hoping that Poseidon would keep his word. Suddenly, a whirlwind erupted from the waves, and like a miracle, an imposing white bull emerged, illuminating the landscape. Those present were dumbfounded. Even Minos was shocked at such a display of power. Sarpedon and Radamanto, recognizing the divine endorsement of their brother's words, handed him the throne, proclaiming him king of Crete. However, upon being crowned, Minos was to fulfill his promise to Poseidon. However, the bull was of such beauty that he did not feel able to offer it as a sacrifice, preferring it to cross with his cattle. So, he began to scheme how to deceive the god and keep the noble animal. So he took the bull with his herd and sacrificed a similar one in its place, offering it in honor of Poseidon. Even so, Poseidon was already aware of Minos' deception. Irritated, he began to plot his punishment. The anger of the gods was enormous, and whoever dared to deceive them would face severe reprisals. The imposing white bull moved majestically through the vast fields of Crete, gaining the respect and admiration of the inhabitants due to his impressive appearance and gentle character, something atypical for bulls. His reputation grew, and soon everyone on the island knew about him. As time progressed, Minos found love in Pasiphae and made her his wife and queen. Pasiphae was a descendant of Helios, the sun god, and the nymph Crete. She was rumored to have eternal life. She was famous for her magical abilities, and it was said she could destroy anyone who dared to disturb her peace. The passage of time led Minos to forget an ancient grievance with Poseidon, but the god of the sea patiently awaited his moment of retaliation. One frigid night, Poseidon infiltrated Minos' palace, sneaking up on the royal couple's bedroom. There, he surrounded Pasiphae, muttering incantations in search of his revenge. At dawn, all seemed quiet. Pasiphae decided to stroll through her kingdom and on her route came across the white bull, her husband's favorite. As she approached to pet him, a wave of emotions flooded Pasiphae. A burning desire and an unusual fascination consumed her in the bull's presence. Moved by her impulses, she sought out Daedalus, the kingdom's renowned inventor. Upon telling him of her experience, Daedalus, horrified, tried to retreat, but Pasiphae threatened him with dire consequences if he did not help her. With no alternative, Daedalus fabricated a wooden structure in the shape of a cow, covered with real leather and mounted on wheels. His task completed, Daedalus quickly walked away, reneging on what he had done. Pasiphae, using the ingenious device, managed to attract the bull's attention. After the encounter, she emerged from the construction, feeling full and satisfied. However, this act transformed the once beautiful white bull into a monstrous being, with a fiery breath and uncontainable fury. He was the instrument of Poseidon's wrath. Turned into a machine of destruction, he terrorized everyone, leaving a trail of destruction wherever he passed. Fear gripped Minos when he saw the beast ravaging his land. But the surprise did not end there. Pasiphae was expecting a son of the mighty bull. Over time, this beast became a constant danger in Crete, leading Minos to seek ways to contain it. After 9 months, Pasiphae gave birth to a terrifying-looking creature, half man and half bull. Like its progenitor, this being, called the Minotaur, was an unstoppable and terrifying force. On the other hand, Eurystheus, feeling threatened by Hercules and his impressive achievements, decided to give him the task of capturing the bull. He intended that Hercules would not be able to accomplish the mission or, in the best scenario, that he would lose his life facing the ferocious beast that terrorized Crete. Thus, Eurystheus entrusted Hercules with the task of traveling to Crete and seizing the bull that roamed its meadows, on the condition that he bring it alive to his domain. Hercules, upon learning of his new mission, showed no concern. He thought it would be a simple task since capturing a simple animal did not represent a challenge for him. With willpower, the brave hero set sail for Crete. During the voyage, a sailor approached Hercules curiously, inquiring about his errand. Hercules confidently replied that it would be a simple matter. But the sailor looked at him uneasily and asked, "Are you aware of what you will face?" He proceeded to relate the legend of the dreaded Cretan bull, stressing that it was no ordinary animal and that Hercules would have to employ great cunning to capture it without losing his life. Arriving in Crete, Hercules remained resolute in his mission and proceeded with serenity. All who watched him marveled at his courage and encouraged him to end the bull's reign of terror. As he walked deeper into the city, the evidence of chaos and destruction was evident: razed structures, traces of blood, and a disturbing silence. After walking for a while, Hercules spotted fresh footprints in the mud. Without warning, a mighty bellow resounded. The bull was approaching. Hercules faced him, his eyes burning like burning coals. The bull, sensing the challenge in Hercules' gaze, charged fiercely. However, at the last instant, Hercules dodged the charge and, with great skill, managed to mount the beast's back. What followed was a grueling battle between the hero and the bull. After hours of resistance, the animal, exhausted, fell and Hercules took the opportunity to secure it. With the beast subdued, Hercules took it back to Greece to present it to Eurystheus, as he had been instructed. Despite Hercules' achievement, Eurystheus, instead of being grateful, showed his displeasure at receiving the fearsome bull. Finally, after the delivery of the bull, Eurystheus attempted to honor Hera with the trophy, but the goddess, with deep contempt for Hercules, released him. The beast traveled through several cities until Theseus brought it to Athens and sacrificed it in honor of Athena, putting an end to the fear that had been caused by the monstrous bull, a creation of Poseidon.